The Jong Barcelona fallout, guys. It looks like the deal is heading exactly where we want it to be, because it looks like Barcelona are proving to be proud, and they have really, how can I even term it? They've gone ahead to go ahead and really press the button that they've always wanted, because they wanted De Jong to lose it out with the agent. You get? That's what they wanted in the For You. Then positive Rabiot talks in the For You meeting held in Turin today with Joe Mata, the technical director of Manchester United, and obviously we are going to tell you what has come out of the meeting after he met with the mother of Rabiot, that is Veronique, in Italy. That's it. Then we are talking Hakimi Ziyech in there For You, the board coming out and really telling Erik ten Hag that please, we don't want this. You get? So the other story is all about Marcus Rashford coming out and really saying, I want to be at Manchester United. I don't want to go anywhere else. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys? Where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokan David. Smash the like button, comment and share. And today I'm really presenting you the first transfer story of Manchester United. Reason being that you guys, I started late and I started with the press conference of Erik ten Hag in there For You, where he really said that he's happy with the board on how they're really agreeing on deals in there For You. Something that has really come out and shown us that it's not the case in there For You. Then, secondly, we are here talking about Frankie de Jong. You get? So, sorry, the second story was all about the predicted, the match preview, United versus a side which goes by the names of Brentford, the game that is really closing the match day of the Premier League games, match day 2 on Saturday, that is United. And we have come out here to do this video. Maybe it's the last story, but I will believe that there might be a breaking story today that I will come in here and really present you, because you guys have always gone in and really chased for what we put up. So endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. Rokan David is my name, and endeavor to keep it a point and subscribe always in here for you. Now today, later in the night, late in the evening, we got this story coming in from Tony Juamati via Back Times. He told us that Frankie de Jong agents have left without meeting Barcelona as they were angry and hence declined to meet Barcelona. Barca is also upset. So this is the situation that I think we would like to see, that Frank de Jong, finally his agents are really saying, obviously, Barcelona has done enough. It's time to part ways with Barcelona and then find what next. Because the only way this deal is going to come to happening of Frankie de Jong is when even de Jong feels like, I'm fed up. Barcelona have already agreed a fee with Manchester United, 75 million euros plus 80 million euros of add-ons. You know that very well. And for them, they are willing to sell. You get? They are willing to sell. That's it. Barcelona is willing to sell. And who has been delaying this deal? It has been Frankie de Jong wanting his deferred wages and saying that he wants to stay at Barca. But it looks like they are falling out. And this fallout 100% works for Manchester United. It works for Manchester United, and I think this is where we want it to be. But remember, how did this come to happening? The agent of Frankie de Jong was in Barca on Wednesday and he never met them. You get? He was expected to meet Joan Laporte, he never met them. On Thursday, he didn't meet them. And it was expected that today morning, they are going to meet and really agree on what's best for Frankie de Jong. You get? It looked like what they had before from the corridors of Barcelona really pissed them off, and they really said, all right, we are not going to meet you, and they declined the meeting. Barcelona is also upset, so both parties involved in this deal are upset. Obviously, when you are upset, what happens? Obviously, the agent is going to tell Frankie de Jong that, please, you are not wanted here, that's the fact. However much you want to stay here, you are not wanted here, and they are not willing even to pay you your money. So the best thing to do is to go on and really find a way out. And what is the way out? It's simple. The way out is simple. Let's go to Manchester United, because we came in first, and we believe that if Frankie de Jong decides to leave Barcelona, obviously we are one of the teams he's going to consider because of his relationship with Erik ten Hag. And we believe that for this deal to reach where it is, it's all about Erik ten Hag. If at all Erik ten Hag was not here, trust me, United wouldn't have been pushing for De Jong, because on the list that they gave Erik ten Hag, that they had scouted, he was not there. They had Chiomini. They had which other player? There was a player that they had. Ruben Neves, Yuri Tielemans. Those are the midfielders they had scouted. That's what United was looking for. You get? Oh, and Declan Rice. I had forgotten Declan Rice. And Declan Rice plus Calvin Phillips. So those were the players that United had scouted in the midfield area of Manchester United. And Erik ten Hag said no, but there is Frankie de Jong. There is Frankie de Jong. So I think the only hope we are riding on is that of Erik ten Hag. And to me, I really believe that, I'm strongly believing that this deal is coming to where we want it. And the United are really doing their best to get Frankie de Jong at Manchester United. To me, I really believe that if at all we get in Frankie de Jong and get in Rabiot, the midfield will be really so much improved and hyped. You get? So that's what I really believe, that if at all Frankie de Jong gets an injury, then Rabiot can at least go there and really cover up as a central defensive midfielder. And when they play together in the midfield, chemistry will really mug up. So I really believe that this is what we wanted to hear before we went to bed. So it looks like things are not really going on through as they wanted. And by the way, yesterday, Xavi held a press conference ahead of their game they're going to play against Rayo Vallecano. And when asked about Frankie de Jong, he said, he's important for me until August 31st. We will see. The market is still open and we don't know what is going to happen in the future. So when he really tells you that he's important for me until 31st August, meaning that they've already agreed with the board to sell this player. To confirm this, if he was asked about Pedri, Pedri and very many other players that he wants to keep, he will say obviously they are going nowhere, they're in my plans. He couldn't even mention about 31st. Of all the players I was asked about today in the press conference, he was saying they're here, blah, 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 you get? So, but for Frankie de Jong, he says he's here until 31st August. You get? So until 31st August, when the market closes, that's when he's going to know what he's going to do with the player. But the fact is, they want him out. And Frankie de Jong has got to know it that they want him out. That's why you've seen his agents fall out with Frankie, with Barcelona, and Barcelona is upset. The meeting has not taken place, and I really believe that it's going worse. Now, we're having a story coming in from Rob Dawson. He's a United correspondent for ESPN, as well as that United remain in the hunt for Frankie de Jong, despite a growing feeling they may lose out to Chelsea in their fight. Meaning that United is pushing, and the caliber and charisma they're using to push shows you that they really expect something out of this deal. So to me, my joy is still up there. My hope is still way up there, to levels that most of you cannot even imagine. Most of you have really said, why don't we go in for other players? You get? But obviously, we've gone in for Rabiot. And when Rabiot comes in through, let's keep our eye on what United is going to do in there for you. But they are really chasing for Frankie de Jong. And Erik ten Hag is saying we need to get that player. Amidst rumors coming out that they might lose him out to Chelsea. But let's wait and see how this happens in the for you. Because I know by the end of next week, obviously, we'll have gotten a solution to this. Because even I think United, the farthest they can push is until next week. After next week, they'll be left with just 2 weeks in the summer transfer window. Then they'll push for another midfielder after Rabiot has really landed in Manchester and unveiled as a player for Manchester United. So Frankie de Jong stuff is all at that level, and we are really trying to go ahead and really bring you stories from all different journalists as how they report. Then Sammy McBall, he's a chief football reporter for the Daily Mail, and Chris Whaler, football writer for the Daily Mail. They've told us that if United cannot complete the £72 million, if United cannot complete the £72 million deal for Frankie de Jong, it would free up additional funds to buy a new forward. So this is where the Glazers are hated by me and the fans. And secondly, this is where Richard Arnold is going to get exposed. Richard Arnold, sitting in a pub with a group of United fans that demonstrate, he promised them that money to buy players is there. That's it. Money to buy players is available. That's what he told the fans. And the fans are here waiting for those players to be delivered, and they are not getting delivered. You get? Because if money was there, that means already Anthony would have been here. You get? Demafries would have been here. A centre forward would have been here. And obviously, would have been chasing for only one player in the names of Frankie de Jong. You get, as it stands right now. But it looks like the money is not around. That's why you've seen a story being put out from the Daily Mail that United cannot complete. The only way we are going to go in and bring in a forward or Anthony or a player who goes by the names of Gapco is when United doesn't get in Frankie de Jong, because that means they'll go in and bring in a midfielder like you see Rabiot one, then bring another player at like 30 million pounds, then the 40 they'll add it up either to bring in Anthony or to bring in Cody Gapco. You get? This is what we talk about, that the Glazers are running this as a business. They are not running it as a football club. You get? I saw a list of teams that have been funded by their owners and how much they pumped in. The owner of AC Milan has pumped in a lot of money. He has pumped in close to £1 billion. You get? But the owners of United have never pumped a single shilling into United. Every money they are using is our money. That's why I saw cover of Sky Sports talking about this, that the Glazers, the money they are having, it's not theirs. It's money for the clubs. It's money for Manchester United. And who really gets that money to the Manchester United is with the fans. The fans really keep United onto this. You get? They are the ones that really give in this money. It's not money for the Glazers. It's not money for the Glazers. It's not money for the Glazers. And I don't want to lie to you that the money they are using is theirs. It's not theirs. It's money for the fans. That money is ours. But because they're so much interested in really getting out dividends from this club, and they turned United as a cash cow, they turned United into their cash cow. That's why you're seeing such things happening at United. These Glazers are really a joke. They are really a joke, a total joke, and we need to push them out. And there is a story that I'm planning to bring in here for you, that the plan of this guy is called Akington, who wants really to get them out of the club. He's saying that we don't have money to go ahead and really pump in the club, but we have money to pay the Glazers. We are going to put in our first bid, and we are going to keep pushing until we push them out. You get? The Glazers will call for like £5 billion. Obviously, they are going to go away happily, because there is no business that you buy on debt and it's still demanded close to £600 million. Then you sell it and you walk away with £5 billion. You get? So I think it will be very much okay for them, and I think it's time we pushed them out, because when you hear what they are saying and doing, they can't really get in money that we want. Now, what was our budget like? I thought like we're having close to £200 million to spend, but as we speak right about now, we've spent 13 on Malacia. We've spent 46 on a player who goes by the names of Lisandro Martinez. That is only £60 million. £60 million. We go in for Rabiot, we spend 15. That is how much? That is how £75 million. You get? That means United is willing to spend not more than £150 million. And I'm asking myself, why is it that when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was here, he was backed? They bought in players. You get? In his first season, they bought Harry Maguire £80 million. They bought Aaron Bissaka £50 million. Daniel James £17 million. They bought in those players. Second season, they brought in Danny Van Beek at £45 million from Ajax. They brought in another player who goes by the names of Cavani. They brought in Alex Telles. They brought in Amad Diallo. They bought him at like £45 million. And they brought in Pelestri second season. His last season at Manchester United, the third season, you get? They gave him Sancho, £73 million. Rafael Varane, £34 million. Ronaldo, I think £20 million. They backed him. You get? But if at all you had a spending spree of like £150 million, I really believe that it would have been easy to go and bring in people like Anthony or Cody Gapco. But they're telling you that that will only happen if at all United doesn't complete the deal of Frankie de Jong. Yet it looks like it has looked at the level of us really seeing the fruits of this deal that United has been chasing for so long. So, note this. The Glazers are really willing to go in and really spend less than 150 million pounds into this summer. That's it. And remember, they're supposed to be spending more for us. Reason being, we were told that in January they never backed Ralph Rangnick, and they told him that we are planning for the permanent manager. And ever since the permanent manager came in here, have we seen money that we're supposed to spend in January spent? Because in January, just now we're supposed to spend like 50 million pounds. You get? Every January, we must be having like 50 million pounds. But trust me, that money was nowhere to be seen, and it was not spent either for you. However much I really come out and say that, for my case, I would rather have the midfield sorted than the forward sorted. But remember, I put the word first. I tell you always that before we think about midfielders, before we think about center forwards, right backs in there for you, let's first really work on the midfield area. But after working on the midfield area, then we go in and bring in the forwards. Because those forwards, even if you bring them right now, trust me, what is going to happen? Who will feed them? Who will get them on the boil out? You get? So we need to first reinforce our midfield, but that does not really come out to really portray me as a person who doesn't want forwards in here, like a supporter of the Glazers. I don't support Glazers at any time, and I will never support them. I will never support them. And it's coming to a period towards the end of the window where we are really going to go and really lash at them, because they have been really a disappointment and they don't deserve to be the owners of this club. Now, an update. Right now, Osasuna is leading Sevilla by 2-1. They've scored a penalty, and they're in the 78th minute, 12 minutes to go. The La Liga has kickstarted again, and tomorrow we are waiting to see whether Xavi is going to name Frankie de Jong in his team or his squad. So we are waiting to see how that is going to happen in the fight. Now today, Rob Dawson told us the fact that most of us never knew, that Juventus first received official contact from Manchester United for Adrian Rabiot on Saturday, just 24 hours before the game against Brighton, meaning that they were working on this deal. We never put in a bid because we lost to Brighton, meaning that they discussed this deal and they really went in for this player. Obviously, the bid was accepted, and now United are working on personal terms with the player, Rabiot, in the for you. So I really believe that every player who is better than Freddie and Scott McTominay is an upgrade to Manchester United. That is how you upgrade. Man City never got Kevin De Bruyne from nowhere. You get? They first had the Yaya Toures, they first had the De Jongs, the mugged Dutch, Nigel De Jong. I'm not meaning Frankie De Jong. Nigel De Jong. They had people like Milan in their midfield. They had Gareth Barry in the midfield. So, but every time they really went on, they upgraded, and they've reached the level of having Fernandinho, Rodri, Gundogan. You get world-class players. You get? So to me, everything that is better than Scott McTominay, I welcome it, because it pushes them out of the club. You get? And secondly, it gets us near where we're supposed to be. So Rabiot is better than what we've got. People, you have to accept it that Rabiot is better than what we've got, and United have been really holding a meeting down in Turin in the for you, and we saw that video of John Mata arriving in Turin, and as soon as the meeting really got done, we got a story coming in from Giovanni Albase in the for you. He works for TV dello Sport. He told us that there is still no agreement between United and Adrian Rabiot, but the negotiations continue, and today further progress was made. United aim to complete the deal as early as next week. So my worry about this deal is simple. If at all we are taking 2 weeks to negotiate a deal of Adrian Rabiot, a player who wants to come to United, and personal terms are really taking us this much or this long to really negotiate. Are we really good negotiators? And I really believe that people like Mata, John, won't start Manchester United if at all the new board comes in through, because they will get in people who are really good at the job. You get? I know Ten Hag will make recommendations of people that could come at United and really make the job better, because it's all a failure. It's already a failure. Negotiating a deal of Rabiot for 2 weeks, all for 1 week, is a failure. These deals are supposed to be negotiated for 2 days maximum. You get? Like Liverpool. You hear Liverpool is interested. Liverpool has put in a bid. Personal terms have been agreed. The player is coming for medical at Liverpool. Everything done and dusted. How many times have you had a bid of Liverpool rejected? Rarely does it happen. But you see, Liverpool went in for Darwin Núñez. Within 3 days, that deal was done and dusted. And Darwin Núñez is a high-profile player than Rabiot. But for us, we are taking close to 2 weeks to get this deal done. That is a failure. It's a fiasco that we shouldn't be happy about. And amidst everything that Rabiot is coming to Manchester United, but this is slow. We are slow at really getting these things done. Now, we are left with 3 weeks. If at all you've taken 1.5 weeks to negotiate Rabiot, then do you think we can sign in more 3 players? We can't. The only way we can sign in more 3 players is when Frankie de Jong accepts to come to United, because everything has been agreed with Barcelona and his personal terms have been really put up by United. But just know that deal has taken us 3 months to negotiate. So that is ugly about United, and John Mota should go down there and really say, please, I'm ashamed, because this is not what we're supposed to be doing. We should be doing better, guys. Smash the like button, comment and share. Then Di Marzio, a man who broke this story that we are really agreed personal terms with Juventus on the player who goes by names of Rabiot, told us that John Mota today visited the player's mother and agent to try to file the distance between the parties. It was positive but not decisive in the fight. So positivity has really taken over on this deal, and anytime from now we are really going to see United getting this deal done. Though we are slow. We need to speed up. This is a snail's pace. We are doing these deals on a snail pace. We need to speed up these things, guys. We need to see them do better for you. Then Fabrizio Romano, the #1 transfer guru, has told us that it's been a positive meeting today in Turin between Manchester United director John Mota and Adrian Rabiot's mother agent, that is Veronique. Parties still working on salary, not fully agreed yet, but talks continue. So this is where I come out and tell you that it's slow. This deal was broken on Monday and we are on Friday. Nothing has happened. You get? And you might find that this deal is going to be agreed next Monday. That is a week. That is out. You can't spend a week agreeing a deal on Adrian Rabiot. Then how much time are you going to take to agree a deal on high-profile players? This reflects to you that each and every time you're in for a high-profile player, it takes us close to 2 seasons. Sancho, a full summer was taken to really get him out of Manchester, to really get him out of Dortmund to Manchester United. The same to Frankie de Jong. So it's really ugly. And if at all Chelsea sweeps in, that's why you see to it that we gave Chelsea a chance to sweep in and they are in. You get? Even Sancho, if at all a serious team was really into that deal, they would have really swept in and made it hard for him to come to Manchester United. So I 100% believe we should add some speed. And adding some speed, don't expect an old monkey to learn new tricks. These people need to really accept that they cannot really do these things. You get? They need to go in and really bring in players and bring in people that are football minded, who have done it before, to get us to the levels we are supposed to be on. So I really believe that they should not at all tell us this nonsense. However much is coming in through, but we've taken lots of time. We can't take a week negotiating a deal of Rabiot. Positive talks have been reached up to, but no deal agreed yet. You get? It's not fully agreed. So let's wait and see how everything is going to happen. And you know why that happens? It's because they have to come back here and talk to the Glazers. You get? That's it. Even that deal of Lisandro Martinez, they had to go and talk to the Glazers to get that deal done. Can you imagine? In this era, where we have phones, where we have technology, can't you just talk to them on phone and please, blah, blah, blah's happened. But he wants to fly back to come and talk to the Glazers, and that the Glazers accept, then they send in the paperwork. Oh my God. Working with unfootballing people is very hard. That's why United is sleeping down. We are sleeping down each and every day that Glazers spend as the owners of Manchester United. We are sleeping down, guys. We are sleeping down. Something needs to be done to get the Glazers out of this club. So, after that story, we have a story coming in from Samuel Lucas that Marcus Rashford has stressed to the people at Manchester United that his preference is to stay and Ten Hag wants him to stay. Tactic from his brother and agent has backfired in there for you. So, when you look at how things are really going, I told you that this guy just needs a new contract at Manchester United. He knows that PSG cannot accommodate him. You get, but any good agent, his first job is to really gate options for his client. Obviously, left with 3 years on your contract, you are not sure whether United is really going to go ahead and really give you a new contract because you are performing poorly and it looks like the management is changing at Manchester United. Then what do? Obviously, you have to start looking for suitors for your brother. You get, and that's what the brother of Rashford was doing. And obviously, he wanted to pressurize United to give him a new contract. And we believe Erik Ten Hag coming out that he's here, they want to really get a new contract. I think they're going to get it as soon as possible. So, but if I'm United, I don't give him a new contract. I don't. Why should I? He's declining. He's declining every season in, season out. Why should I really give him a new contract? No reason for me to give him a new contract. And I really believe that he shouldn't be given a new contract, not until he has upped his form to the levels we expect Marcus Rashford to be on, because he's really looking bad. He's really looking bad and very, 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 very ashaming in here onto the United Matters channel. So smash the like button, guys, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, we have a story coming in from Samuel Lucas again on Ziyech, Erik Ten Hag and the board. He's told us that United have largely backed Ten Hag's presidency for targets familiar to him, but Ziyech has been deemed an exception. The club was happy to lodge an 8 million bid for Marko Arnautovic. Here how these guys are really stupid. Erik Ten Hag is being met with resistance from Manchester United hierarchy amid his interest in signing Hakim Ziyech from Chelsea. Can you imagine? Now, this is what I've told you, that every time you're having anti-footballing people in management of the club, they won't really see what the manager is saying. The manager's told you, first and foremost, get me Anthony. I need a left-footed player who is going to play onto the right attacking side of the midfield as an inverted winger. You get? And obviously, you can't deliver him a player that he wants. He tells you, get me Ziyech, and you're saying, no, we don't want it. We don't want him. You get? This is where the Glazers come in and really make a very big statement that, please, we are not suitable to run this club. You get? They were so much eager to run and really bring in what we call a bid for Arnautovic, who really had racist complaints. You get? He had dark spots of racism on him. They never did a back check, but they just went in for him. You get? Because he was coming in from a small team. That is Bologna. They're like, all right, let's go to Bologna. It's going to be an easy negotiation to get him in. But a player, the same money is needed by Chelsea for Hakim Ziyech, and they don't want Ziyech to come in at Manchester United. Why don't you want Ziyech to come in at Manchester United? Glazers are just a joke, and that's why everything they're doing is just exposing them. I've always told you that every time the monkey climbs the tree, it just continues to expose its private parts. You get? So the Glazers are continuing to expose themselves as the incompetent to run this club. And good enough, it's happening in the era of social media where your news is easily gotten. You get? So fans of Manchester United, you now know who are really in charge of your club. It's time we fought for unity, you get, and ganged up together to really force these people out. Because, trust me, if you don't want Hakim Ziyech at Manchester United, a player who is at 80 million euros, you get 8 to 10 million euros from Chelsea, and they will sell him to you, then you are really not really doing the best that we deserve at United, because Ziyech is an addition and is better. You get? If at all you're having Sancho and Ziyech, at least you are so much okay onto that right attacking side of the midfield, because you know that Ziyech can come in and really do the needful. The same applies to Sancho. Even the left, we are so much full. You're having Anton Martial, you're having Rashford, you're having Garnacho. I've had news that Ten Hag has said, no, we are not loaning Garnacho, and it's done, but they are staying. So it shows you that the manager has really good plans for those players. So just get him Ziyech, because you cannot get him Anthony. You get? If you can't get him Anthony, then what option are you providing to him? Do you want to give him Ismail Sarr, because Darren Fletcher was there on Tuesday, Wednesday, as they were playing a game in the championship? Was it the Carabao Cup game? I think the championship game, because you are there and scouted him, so you want to give us Ismail Sarr. Please, don't get us Ismail Sarr. It's not that he's not a talented player, he's talented, but get the manager what he wants. Please and please, get the manager what he wants. You get? So, the Glazers are really a joke, and they don't want to get Erik ten Hag what he wants. You get? They wanted to bring Anatovic, but they don't want to get us Hakimi Ziyech. I don't know why. I don't know why, guys. So, guys, that's what I had for you. Smash the like button, comment, and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner, smash onto that red button that has the word subscribe, and hit the notification bell. After that, go and really hit the notification bell. You won't miss out on anything that we're uploading on a daily. And guys, it's you to really help me hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this month. Today is 12th. How many days left? 19 days left. I know, guys, we can push and push and push and push and push and find ourselves to the best level of really getting in subscribers. Guys, your reactions are welcome to the stories we've talked about. Frankie de Jong, Barcelona fallout, then positive Rabiot meeting to United, then there's another story concerning Rashford says he wants to stay, and lastly, the Glazers not wanting to give Erik ten Hag Hakimi Ziyech after failing to get him Anthony. They don't want to really get him Ziyech, a cheaper option. I'm out. Your reactions are welcome. May the Almighty God protect you, and I cover you in the blood of Jesus Christ, and may the Almighty Lord really see you go to the levels that you guys really deserve. I'm out.